Microsoft has always been a dream company for me. It wasn't a referral, a direct application, and I got a call. The interview is completely virtual. I had like 5 rounds. After 5 minutes of it, 5 minutes of discussion, I felt I shouldn't have done this. Why did I even say this? I could have chosen a different sector, which was very easy for anyone to understand. Most of the interviews, it's the same thing. Like, it's not like one interview is just on problem solving versus another on product thinking. Things happen, mistakes happen, but it's okay to correct. Microsoft has always been a dream company for me. The first workshop which happened on my campus was conducted by the Microsoft people on what product management is. That's the first time I've heard of it. I have Googled it. I have heard of it before I joined MPA, but during MPA, that's the first workshop. And the way it was conducted and the way they explained how as a product manager, how they are doing things, it just fascinated me.
So how did you get in Microsoft?
So I did apply like in the last like 2.5 years of journey, 1 year with Hitlight and 1.5 with Delivery. I used to apply, like I directly applied. It wasn't a referral, a direct application, and I got a call. And then the interview process happened, and finally converted, and here I am.
How is the Microsoft interview process for product manager roles? How many interview rounds? Is it online? Do you have to go in person? How does that work out?
The interview is completely virtual. I had like 5 rounds. Each round actually looks at different skills of a PM. Like first round being they look at the basic skills, the problem solving, the product thinking, and in the second rounds they'll go into like each round will evaluate on one or two of these skills, and they'll ensure that they cover all these skills when you actually cover that kind of 4 rounds. And the final round is like mostly on the culture fit and are you right for the team kind of, rather than your hard skills and soft skills being evaluated.
So what are the skills that they are evaluating in the first four rounds? What are the skills for a product manager?
So, in my personal experience, any product manager interview actually looks for these. These are the skills which any interviewer would look for. First one is the problem solving. How good are you at solving a problem? So, if you're given a problem, are you just jumping directly into the solution, or are you trying to actually evaluate the problem, break it down into the granular point, and then figure out what should you actually solve for? So that's the problem solving. Then you have the product thinking. Again, that starts with problem, but then you have to go into the next steps, which is once you look at the problem, now you have to look at the user standpoint. Which user are you targeting and why? What is their user journey? Then you come into the solutioning. So product thinking is second. Then the soft skills include communication, like how well are you able to express yourself, not just express, actually communicate the story. Like, are you really able to justify what you're doing, how you have done, and are you also accepting of your like mistakes? It depends on situation. Sometimes it's okay to say that no, it doesn't work in our scenario. Sometimes yes, they do bring in a good point. So those sort of soft skills get evaluated. Most of the interviews, it's the same thing. Like, it's not like one interview is just on problem solving versus another on product thinking. This role being a generalist one, it's up to the interviewer which skill they will try to focus on.
What's the toughest question that you had?
I think the one I can recollect right now, which is something, okay, a recent one maybe. We are humans, we do make some mistakes, and we think like, okay, we shouldn't have said this in the said as an answer to the previous question. It could have taken a different take. We realize during the interview process itself. So the same thing happened for me, and maybe giving more interviews helped me tackle such a situation. That when I was asked, "What is your something on a similar lines like favorite technology," I mentioned a technology which I wasn't so much familiar about. I have heard of it. I could have gone with a much more comfortable domain, but I ended up talking about a technology which I'm not really aware of or have never worked on. So after 5 minutes of it, 5 minutes of discussion, I felt I shouldn't have done this. Why did I even say this? I could have chosen a different sector, which was very easy for anyone to understand. The reason being, when the conversation went to such a juncture that I thought, okay, maybe maybe because I don't understand the domain, my the way I was thinking, the way I was structuring my answer, thinking about the problem was wrong. I understood it myself. Then I accepted my mistake, saying maybe no, this is not how it works, and asked the interviewer that, okay, let me take another chance, stab at it. And then I took it to a different angle where I reached a point where I was very comfortable. I started putting in insights from my experience, and then interviewer was like, okay, this sounds interesting, let's discuss. The initial 30 minutes or 20 or 30 minutes of that interview, I don't know what was the take for the interviewer, but personally for me, I felt like I shouldn't have done that. But then it went the right way, and I could actually convert that. So things happen, mistakes happen, but it's okay to correct.
Once you realize at whatever point in your interview that, you know what, I'm down the wrong path, is to correct path and have the guts to say, you know what, let's go on this, I know that better. If you get the choice, and it's not always that people give you that chance in an interview, sometimes you lose it.